Hey guys, what's going on? This is Darth Arma again here on HoneyBee's YouTube channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do so now. He definitely deserves it with all these amazing sets that he puts out. Now, HoneyBee's going to be going up against Slayer. Now, Slayer, very, probably just as known of a player and known of a top player. I'm kind of repeating myself. Known throughout the ranks of all these top players, just as well as HoneyBee. Again, really found his footing in Injustice 1 at his first Evo when he got top 8, among other really good players there for the first year of Injustice. And he just kind of kept going with it. Slayer, he's got all this amazing tech when it comes to setups. He really prides himself on finding a lot of stuff in the lab and really putting people in situations that they don't want to be in. Not only that, but I think Slayer has amazing reactions and fundamentals. A little bit more aggressive than most players, but that's what I love about him. That's what I love about watching Slayer play. Now in this set, HoneyBee's going to be using his secondary character, Supergirl, and Slayer going with Black Adam. Now, Slayer did play a lot of Black Adam, especially before he got slightly nerfed. So early in the season when Slayer found a lot of success, getting second at CEO and I believe second or third at Combo Breaker, he was using Black Adam mainly. My favorite match to watch of Slayer was him defeating Theo at CEO. If you guys haven't seen that match, it is probably one of the best ones throughout this entire season. But enough of an intro. Again, if you're not subscribed to HoneyBee's YouTube channel, please do so now. And for all those new guys, those new players that don't really understand the fundamentals of Injustice 2 or just fighting games in general, I did put out a new video, Push, Block, Paper, Scissors. But that's enough of that. You guys can find that probably in the description. Hopefully HoneyBee puts that in there for you. HoneyBee's Supergirl is looking absolutely stellar right now. Really comfortable with her skin now. I'm not really seeing a lot of that that hesitation that you do see with a lot of new characters. So I feel HoneyBee is finding himself right at home with this character.
Supergirl wins.
And, I don't expect anything less from HoneyBee. Very, very smart player, and really puts in his dedication into, his fundamentals and his work, Especially now that he's got a lot more free time, I expect things to go great for HoneyBee in the future of esports. Alright, chucking at Interactable, looking for something here, but Slayer not really moving. Very good presence of mind, presence of spacing there. Not only do you have, in fighting games, you have to know the spacing of your normal moves, but in Injustice 2, you probably should know the spacing of Interactables. Where the arcs are going to be, where the landing zone for certain Interactables are going to be, and Slayer knew exactly where it was going. HoneyBee pushes him all the way to the corner, but not quite there. And Slayer opting to use a meter burn, opting to use a meter for that push block, just to get HoneyBee off of him, just to get a little bit of breathing room here. And he is able to turn the tides around. Now he's got HoneyBee in the corner. Both players trading, but Slayer ready to challenge again with a down one. Now both these characters, I believe, do have a 6-frame down one. So it was really Slayer saying, "You're not going to down one perfectly here." And I'm going to go for the frame perfect down one. Slayer tries to trade up, tries to go for to sealing the deal with that character power. Now at Black Adam's character power, what it does is it puts orbs around him. Now those orbs are unblockable and can be canceled into. So it makes for a lot of great strings that Black Adam can cancel into and be at a very advantageous or a plus advantage on block. But it also, extend the damage on certain combos and, inflict unavoidable damage or hard to avoid damage. Instantly meeting him in the air with a jump one. And the challenge there by HoneyBee, good stuff, good decision. However, I don't think he wanted that transition. I don't agree with giving up the corner, and I don't agree with going with unclashable damage, especially if you really wanted unclashable damage, you could go for the forward 3 into the back 3. But part of having a strong mind as a competitive fighting game player, just a competitive player at anything, is having the ability to not really look at the past, not really dwelling on mistakes. And Slayer chasing him down for using that air escape, hitting him with the unclashable stuff there, but that dive kick is not, or at least it wasn't in a spot where Slayer could challenge.
You'll die for your treachery.
As if.
And HoneyBee ready to challenge with those amazing Supergirl buttons that he has at his disposal. Such great range, and that's really what both these characters have, is they have amazing footsie range. You know, that initial, let me look for the first hit, let me, you know, walk back and forth, let me catch my opponent off guard button is so good for both these players in their, you know, it just kind of throws themselves forward at you and presents opportunities to you.
Begin.
And you know, Supergirl can hit confirm with the freeze breath, and Black Adam can hit confirm with canceling in his character power or going into, you know, any of his special moves, whether it's the you know, the lightning rod or the black magic. HoneyBee building a little bit of meter there with that uppercut. Good stuff, good presence of you know, what this game is all about. And this game is really about meter management. Meter is so important. Meter is all your opportunities, the ability to inflict a lot of damage on your opponent, as Slayer is just showing right now. But it's also a good use of you know, a good resource for defensive tools like air escapes or push blocking. Slayer's just putting the hurt on HoneyBee. Hit him like twice and he lost all his damage. Gets him with the throw. Recognizes delay wake up no longer gives Supergirl or anyone using the delay wake up mechanic no longer gives you access to a wake up attack. So Slayer recognized that with the timing of his setup. And again, like I said, Slayer prides himself on his setups. He loves all his setups. He always has since Injustice 1. But he recognized, because of the timing of the setup, that HoneyBee opted to go for the delay wake up. So he goes, you know what? When you don't wake up, most people like to block. So here's a nice throw to tack on the damage. And Slayer ready to turn this set around. However, HoneyBee, don't ever count him out. We've seen this man perform impeccable comebacks, but we might be able to see him do it again. Goes for the down one breath and continues the pressure after meter burning it. Goes for the double overhead there. Great recognition of Slayer, however, was not anticipating or ready to react to that forward throw. HoneyBee keeping him in a great position here, keeping him in the corner. So right now, HoneyBee's got a meter advantage. Still has a meter advantage, so it's giving Slayer less incentive to clash, especially now because the meter advantage is back in his favor. So if Slayer does opt to clash, he might be losing damage. Goes for the forward three there. And HoneyBee had that great presence of mind to really not go for enhancing his combos or enhancing his moves, because that was just a perfect setup and a perfect opportunity to kind of make a comeback. It's kind of really be on top of when your opponent wants to clash. It's kind of like a mind game all of its own. But Slayer kept his head strong and, you know, came out on top, and I'm not surprised. Oh, not anticipating the uninvincible wake up there that is Supergirl's teleport. I guess HoneyBee just figured, I don't want to be in this corner. How about you go in this corner? Again, you always got to present all your tools and all your options to your opponent. It doesn't matter if you're a high-level player or a low-level player. You don't want to restrict yourself or limit yourself. It makes you more readable. It makes you more predictable. And when you do it to a player like Slayer, it's just, you know, putting some blood in the water. That is the shark. That is the embodiment of Slayer's you know, gameplay style. Very aggressive. Right there, waking up with buttons, because we all know Black Adam doesn't have a real wake up. It's he does have a wake up in the lightning cage, but it's just not invincible for very long periods of time. There is a huge gap between the invincibility and when the startup of the move happens, or when the move becomes active. And what I mean by it becomes active, I mean it's able to hit you.
Superman would disagree.
Alright, Slayer deciding to hold on to his one bar, especially because he's got such a life lead here that he knows that HoneyBee's clash is out of the way, so he doesn't have to worry about any interruptions with his combos. And he knows once Black Adam does hit you, even after the nerf, once Black Adam hits you, he does hit you like a truck. Lots of damage. So Slayer's in a good position right now, especially because HoneyBee has no meter. So HoneyBee, I was going to say, maybe he was going to go for the defensive way to back off and build some meter. Throws down the bomb, and HoneyBee wants nothing to do with this setup. He says, I'm just going to wake up. Don't even give you the opportunity. But here we go, Slayer. HoneyBee's got 2 bars. When is he going to opt to flip out? doesn't decide to go for it. Instead, Slayer goes with a cross-up forward 3. I want to say I sensed a slight delay wake up there, so huge. I'm just so impressed by Slayer's timing there, being able to recognize and pick up on HoneyBee's habits. Just because, you know, timing that forward 3, if you time it wrong, you're going to leave yourself up for a huge combo. But I guess Slayer's presence of mind was more about, you know, if I do mess up this timing, if I do go the wrong way, and he punishes me for it, I can at least use my Clash and get out of this situation. Oh, HoneyBee trying to challenge it. Very, very negative frame advantage there. You know, Black Adam, again, he can cancel into his character power and really put himself at plus. And what I mean by putting himself at plus is after the situation, he can move way before you can. So, you know, if you both challenge with the same amount, the same quickness in your buttons, the one that can move first is the one that should win. Alright, backing off there. HoneyBee looking for Slayer to take to the sky, and the whiff punish there. You don't want to whiff buttons in front of either of these two characters. They're just so good at punishing it. And the cross-up, Slayer did not see it coming, and good adjustment there by HoneyBee to kind of flip over and not really give up too much damage here. Leaves him in a standing position, and Slayer not challenging it, and then somehow Slayer blocking the fake cross-up attempt there by HoneyBee. HoneyBee just not enough to finish his plate here. Throws the interactable down, still not enough. And the lightning cage was almost enough, had enough invincibility and enough frames where the hurt box was lowered to get under the laser, and that is a huge mistake.
Doesn't need a dictator.
Superman would disagree.
That was a huge mistake there by HoneyBee, opening himself up, and everybody knows Black Adam players love holding on to that one bar, because that one bar, so think about the one bar that Slayer decided not to bet. It let HoneyBee get back 10%, but Slayer knows once he gets his hands on him, the difference between a meter burn combo and a non-meter burn combo is way more than 10%. So Slayer would say, you know what, I'd rather hold on to this, it's fine. Looking for something there. HoneyBee doing a great job of blocking. Black Adam does not have too much in the low department. You usually want to stay standing when you're blocking against Black Adam, unless you're trying to punish his high attack, or you know, or trying to avoid his low lightning.
I'm not afraid of anyone.
Black Adam does have low lightning that he can cancel into, but in a lot of situations it is very unsafe. And Black Adam player, if you ask a Black Adam player, they're going to tell you it's really easy to react to. Oh, this might be it, and he does use it, and it all came down to being able to meter burn that last Palpatine. Guys, I'm Darth Arma. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, please do so. You guys can find me at Darth Arma.
What's up, YouTube? My name's HoneyBee, and thank you so much for checking out the latest video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you can do so by clicking the link in the Christmas tree, or if you want to do some 1v1 sets with myself and support me through Patreon, there is a link for that in the Injustice poster. There are extra videos for you to enjoy right here. Thank you so much. See you next time.